Hey, it's Stu from Rider Cycle Centre. Welcome to my workshop. Just had a call with Justin. Justin wanted some advice regarding his Hunt Road rear wheel and how to service the free body and the axle. So rather than go through a long-winded conversation with Justin, I said, give me about half an hour now, I'll do a video and then you can have a look. So I'm lucky enough to actually have a Mason X Hunt rear wheel here. So Justin, and for anybody else watching, this is how we service your Hunt rear wheel. First thing you've got to do is you've got to take off your cassette and your rotor. Okay, so you're going to need your chain whips and lock ring removal tool. So do remove your cassette. The second thing is, being a Hunt wheel, it's a center lock disc, so you're going to need to remove your lock nut. So you're either going to have to use a Shimano bottom bracket tool, okay, or a cassette lock ring, but get that rotor off, okay. Right, the next thing you're going to need is a 5mm Allen key and a 17mm spanner. So there we are. You place the 5mm Allen key into the disc side with your 17mm spanner onto the end of the axle. You turn anti-clockwise. Okay, be confident, anti-clockwise to loosen it off. Hold the 17mm spanner still, unwind the 5mm Allen key and your axle cap will unscrew. There we go. Give it a clean. Gently grab hold of the free body and pull the axle and the free body from the hub. Let's give you a close up. There we go. Can we see? Just going to put the axle down for 1 minute. So there we have the bearings inside. Put your finger in, you can feel what conditions the bearings are in. Now, just here there is a rubber seal. Okay, now with a pick I can just pick that off. There we are. Now it does sit in the hub in a particular way, so when you remove it, make sure you put it back in the same way you took it out. Okay, so I'm just going to lay that down. Now you can get in there and you can give that a thorough good clean. Okay, nothing else to come out, give it a good clean. Right. Replace the bearings if you need. We won't go into replacing the bearings, okay, we just have to strip everything and give it a good clean. Okay, the axle. If you push the axle through, slides off the free body, okay. Just inside here you will have a spacer. There we are. And then we got the free body, and again, put your fingers inside, you can turn the bearings with your fingers. You have two bearings, one situated just about here and one just here. Reach in with your finger, don't get it stuck. You can turn the free bearings to see what condition they're in. Again, if they look rusty or they feel stiff or notchy or gritty, get those replaced. You can then get everything clean. You can see we have 4 springs, paws and springs, okay. Just gently give that a clean. Right, I won't prolong it, but you get the point. Give everything a thorough clean. Okay, reassemble. Grease the outside of the cylinder and the inside, slide it into the free body. Place a little bit of grease inside the bearing there. I use a little tiny paintbrush and grease. Clean the axle, slide that through. Place that washer, the rubber seal back onto the hub, the same way you took it out. There we go. Clean the inside of the hub. In between the bearings there is another metal cylinder, give that a clean. Put a little bit of grease inside there and then slide the axle on. Turn it anti-clockwise as you gently push the free body and that will lock into position. Put the axle back through. Take your top cap, take your axle cap, screw that on. 5mm Allen key, 17mm spanner, nip that up not too tight. Nip it up, turn the axle with your fingers. You can then feel whether the bearings are smooth or notchy. Okay, turn the free body and that should turn freely. If the free body does not turn freely, something's happened. Maybe that rubber seal has gone in the wrong way. Double check that. Make sure you've put that spacer into the free body as well. Okay, but if there's any other issues, just double check your reassembly. But otherwise, there we are, good to go. There is your free body and axle serviced. Now, you might find that removing the cassette can be a little bit difficult. Okay, with alloy free bodies, the cassette can bite into the splines on the free body. Now, that quite often is a result of the lock ring not being done up tight enough. The lock ring being that little bit at the end of the cassette. Now, the torque recommendation on this is 40 Newton meters, and that's a hell of a lot. Now, it's got to be a lot to keep all those teeth, those cogs, especially when you've got certain cassettes that have individual cogs, to keep them still. So ensure when you put your cassette back on, that's tightened up nice and tight. And that's the importance, obviously, with torque wrenches and why there's a torque recommendation. Right, Justin, I hope that was helpful. You might need to watch that again. Hope you didn't rush it too much. There we are, mate. I hope you find that useful. Thanks for your call, Justin. Glad we can help. Enjoy the rest of your day. Cheers. Bye-bye.